Cassius was born at 10:45 p.m. 7 pounds and 10 ounces. I was 39 and 4 days at that point, on my 4th membrane sweep that evening. And so at the start, he came up with the jaundice. They figured that out, and so they made us stay an extra day and a half. They did the phototherapy, and we got out the 3rd day, which was a Thursday, and they made us come back. I'm not sure what day, but they made us come back because we had to go the next day for blood work, and first blood work, and it spiked up again, and so they made us get readmitted for the second time doing phototherapy. That one worked, I guess, because we did so much blood work anyway. I forget because of baby rain, and I just, you forget about certain things. And so anyway, we did 2 phototherapy sessions. The second one looked like it had worked because his levels went back down. His jaundice did eventually go away. Maybe around the 9th or 10th day it started, to get better in his skin color and everything. What they say is that jaundice, it'll start from the top and then move its way down to the bottom, and then it will leave by coming from the bottom to the top. And so the eyes are usually the last to go back to its normal color or whatever from the jaundice state. And so nursing from the start, like from skin and skin, he latched on. After skin and skin, he had I had a little bit of trouble with the positioning, and so they suggested to hand express. I hand expressed it into like a little container, and so I did that, and I had maybe 2 or 3 lactation consultants come in and help me with my positioning. To get that started. And then after that day, it was completely fine. The next day, he was a pro at latching. He was a shark. Like at the start, he knew where that nipple was. He knew how to get himself latched on, and he knew how to get that milk. He was a freaking pro at starting. So I was extremely happy because that's, it's not a rare thing, but it's not also for most new first moms. Like I said, I had a little bit of trouble at the start, but that was a day. And then the second day, I think it was mostly him. He was awesome in latching, and so at the start, he got his colostrum. My milk came in maybe the 3rd day, and you can tell when your milk comes in because your boobs are heavy, they're like boulders, and so. Yeah, I got my milk supply in, and I definitely knew. That day when we got out of the hospital was the 3rd day, and immediately I had to go find a breastfeeding, a nursing bra, because I didn't have any, and so I had to get that, and I had to get nursing pads, all that stuff, and then a nipple shield just in case. Honestly, I didn't, my nipples never cracked. They hurt for a day, and then they went back down, to normal pretty much, and I was used to him nursing. I think I had a pretty much, decent and nice going for sternum nursing. His sleeping at the sternum was not bad either. He would cluster feed a lot, and so I had to get used to that. The second week, he got better on schedule with, sleeping. He got, he slept a little bit more. And he fed a little, the cluster feeding kind of stopped within the 2-week period. And he would feed obviously more. I'm not, he had a growth spurt within the 3rd and 4th week. You will know this because they start feeding way more often, and a lot. And they start getting crankier often, and they'll stay cranky, and they'll be just they'll just be really he was rowdy. He would not. There was nothing I could do would get him to be calm until I would just have to kind of rock him to sleep, because he'd be a lot of times he would just be overtired, and at that point it's hard for them to get them down and whatever. And so his growth spurt wasn't the funnest. It lasted to 2 to 3 days for me, but you can definitely tell. And then once that is over, you can tell in his face. I haven't noticed in his clothing yet, because he's already in 0 to 3 months because he's friggin' long. He's 1 month now, so he's a week over a month actually. So he's 6 weeks, no, 5 weeks old, baby brain. 5 weeks old, he's 23 inches and 10 1/4. His hair, skin, and development in the past month, he's always had this like hair on his head. I think he's got it from my side because I never lost my hair. He never had like cradle cap or anything. It just thinned out like where he maybe sleeps on, like whatever side the most, but other than that, like he kept his hair, which is amazing. His skin, he had jaundice at the start, and his color came in like a week after. His full color came in a week to a week and a half later, like fully. You can usually tell by the back of their ears or their nail beds for what their final skin color is going to be. His eye color came in, I would say, closer to a month. Yeah, and his hair is just thickening, and he's getting more of it on the top. It looks like it, and it's starting to curl now. So 1 month and a week, we do have a sort of routine down, and so usually for bedtime for him, I'll give him a good feed in, maybe 30 minutes or so, 30 to 40 minutes or so. And then he'll stay latched on, but he'll be doing it to soothe himself to sleep. And so I'll pretty much rock him to sleep until he'll go to sleep around 7 to 9, which isn't bad at all. If it's a rougher night, when he's a little overtired, he'll go bed at like a 10 or 11. But usually it's between 7 and 9. I'll do that until he falls asleep, and he has to be like completely asleep, which means he has to latch off by himself for me to put him down, because if I put him down before that, eyes open, wide awake, he's like, Mom, put me right back in your arms and, rock me to sleep, because it's not happening if he's not dead asleep for me to put him down. And so I'll put him down around that time. He'll usually wake up 2 times a night, so he'll wake up usually around like 12 or 1 to get like a top up. He'll do that, and I usually don't have to rock him in bed at that point. He'll like do a top up, and you'll see him like kind of doze off, and then I can put him right back down. Because he's kind of still half asleep. And so I'll put him down, he'll wake up again around 5. He'll do another, it'll be more like another feed-in around that time, and so we'll do that, and then he'll go back to sleep for another 2 hours. He'll wake up around 7 or so. That's when he's pretty much awake. Give him another feed-in, whatever. After that point, we'll kind of do naps. And so what we'll do is, like, if I'm really tired, then we'll do like a nap until like 9, and then we'll do another one at 10. We'll still be in bed by this time, but if not, and if I'm good to go, if I had enough sleep, we'll be up around 7. We'll start the day then. So right now I'm nursing exclusively / exclusive pumping. But what I like more, I've noticed, is that I have a manual like breast milk catcher or whatever pump. They call it a pump, but it's not a pump. It's like a silicone manual thing. So what I do is I'll nurse on one side, and then I'll catch my letdown on the other side. I'll get up to like 4 ounces, and so I'll take that and freeze it. I've been freezing my milk for maybe 2 weeks now. The first 2 days I got like 7 to 10 like bags of milk, between 1.5 ounces to like 4 and 5 ounces, up to 4 and 5 ounces. Now I'm making sure I get enough to, till it's about up to 5 ounces. I want to save this for, a couple months down the road, a few months down the road or whatever. And, also if I want to have that to myself or whatever, maybe once a month or so, maybe once a couple months, I want to be able to give that milk to whoever is going to be taking care of him, to give me a bit of a break. I don't want to break yet. I mean, I love my child, and he's everything to me, so I take him everywhere. Okay, so my postpartum. I had a 2nd-degree tear. It includes muscle in that tear, and so they have to stitch up that. Mine took around 20 minutes because they couldn't stop the bleeding in my labia. I was like wondering what was going on, but also I was like out of it / I was like just focused on my baby. It didn't really hurt. I kind of like felt pressure because, you know, like I felt everything that I needed except for the pain while they did the stitching. But it took a bit of time to get that over with. I did do natural delivery. The pushing took 10 to 15 minutes. My labor, I probably tear because I've heard you tear more likely when the labor is quick, and my labor was quick. They did control the pushing, but at the same time, you know, everything probably didn't take enough time, like in that time, enough to prepare for that stretch and everything. I don't think that my body was fully prepared for that one, so yeah, I did tear. I felt fine afterwards. I got straight in the shower after all of, you know, they did the stitching. I did skin and skin. His father did skin and skin, and then I went in the shower. I was completely fine. I would say, like, bleeding, I was bleeding heavily like everyone does for the first couple of days. And then after that, you're, you know, bleeding a little bit. I was, as soon as I got home on the third day, I cleaned my entire house. I cooked supper that night and all that stuff. And so I was still bleeding a little bit. They say don't overdo it because your body will pretty much tell you, and it did, because I noticed right away I was overdoing it, and I had to slow myself down a little bit. My bleeding stopped, you know, being so heavy within that first week, and after that it was just spotting. If I was overdoing it that day, then, you know, it was like pretty much you're on your period. Then I would slow down. It would be, you know, fine the next day. It would be completely fine. And my, like I can definitely tell because, you know, it would happen like that day, my like liner would be completely dry. That night, it would, like, I would wake up and it would be like I'm on my period. That day, I would know I was, you know, overdoing it. Then the next day, it would go back to normal. And so you just have to know what your limits are and whatever. I mean, your body is pretty friggin' smart. It's insane. I love it. I love the whole mothering process pretty much because your body knows what to do in every situation. I mean, it's made, women's bodies are pretty friggin', like, amazing. Like, it just knows. It has to do certain things to, like, let you know, sometimes people don't have, you have that mother instinct. Your body knows what to do during labor. Your body knows what to do after, and so you're overdoing it, it will bleed to, like, let you know, chill it. You have a, newborn, take it easy. Your body's still adjusting and stuff to get back to normal. And so that happened. I stopped bleeding and I healed completely, I would say, the third week. Between that time, I was a little sore. If I was overdoing, like I said, walking too much or whatever, I'd be a little sore. I was more like swollen or whatever, I guess. I'd feel swollen and be sore. But, I took the medication whatever they give you for the first few days. After maybe 2 weeks, that all stopped. But, I was still not healed. You can tell when you're healed, I guess. And so, like I said, it wasn't bad at all. My healing process was pretty nice. Like I said, I healed up fully around the third week. I'm in my 5th week and I feel perfectly back to normal. I'm able to work out now. I've worked out a few times. I did it, yoga a couple times. I'm back to normal. I did have hemorrhoids from pushing, and those are kind of back to normal as well. Sometimes it doesn't go away if you don't treat it. I did whatever I could. Like, I got Epsom salts, I got, the cream, whatever. My postpartum routine is pretty much, I have, liners, I have liners, I have my breast pads, I have whatever you need. I had my water bottle, the spray bottle, whatever, the bottle that they give you at the hospital. That was magic. That was like the whole grail of everything. Like, I literally, that was it. Definitely make sure you take that home with you because it worked amazingly. And I like that better than the sitz bath. I hated the sitz bath. I did that for like a minute and a half, like a second and a half. Didn't like it. I like the bottle way better. My pre-pregnancy weight was heavier than I am now. I am so much smaller than I am before I started gaining weight from my baby here. It's weird. Like, I literally lost it all. I don't know, maybe I ate a lot through my damn pregnancy, but I'm not sure like where the weight went or how, like why it went. I didn't have too much stretch marks. I had like it was weird. I didn't really have stretch marks, but like I didn't have like lines, kind of like just the tops of stretch marks a little bit at just like top of my belly, but other than that, like I was fine with stretch marks. And I'm back down like less than what I weighed before. I feel great, and my diet, it wasn't the best at the start. Like I was pretty much just eating everything in my way. You eat a lot, like I mean, you eat the world. Like every 2 seconds I turn around, I'm hungry. It's bad. I feel like I'm hungry every 2 seconds. I'm always thinking about food. Let's just put it like that. I'm always thinking about food. I mean, you can't get enough of it when you're like nursing. When you're nursing, your body's completely always like around the clock producing milk. And so to produce that milk, it needs to take so much energy out of you. It sucks the life out of you. At the same time, you're losing calories, and so that's probably why you know, I'm getting pretty slim Jim here, because I'm nursing around the clock. I'm also, you know, trying to pump. I'll have a separate video for that, but I mean, you need food when you're like when you're breastfeeding. You need food like on stack. Like when I go out, I make sure I have my full water bottle. I have like up to 4 snacks, maybe more, and then I'll like on top of that I'll like grab food on my way out, slash like while I'm out I'll, you know, eat out because I get that hungry. It's bad. Like when I'm nursing in bed, I make sure I have food beside me. I make sure I have a bottle of water or a glass of water. During the night I have snacks. Like I mean, your life pretty much revolves around food and your baby. I just hate being hungry all the time. It sucks. Like right now, my belly is looking for food. I mean, it sucks. He can probably feel the rumbles on my tummy because I'm hungry. But anyway, I love having a child. I love being a mama, and yeah, I'm gonna have so many more videos to come about his development and everything like that, and how it is being a single mama and doing it on my own and doing the best I can, and everything that comes in between. Yeah, so he's a little hungry today. He woke up pretty early, and he's had 1 nap since. So for starters, like right now we're pretty much at the stage where he has some kind of bedtime. Some kind of routine, I should say. I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty decent for a newborn, to only be waking up like 2 times a night, if so. It's pretty decent, I heard. So, I mean, I'll settle with that. He goes to bed around like 7 to 9. 7 to 9-ish. I'll usually give him a 5, like, are you hungry? Would love for everyone to subscribe if you like my videos, and comment below whatever you want to see. And if anyone that knows me that are watching this video, these videos, please comment, like, and subscribe, please. You know, I really want to help people out there with my situation, like anyone else on YouTube with their channels want to do. And so let me know whatever you guys want. I mean, I'm doing it for you guys. I would love to hear some suggestions or whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you guys next time with my baby Cassius. Recording.